Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Woo. Man, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Still kind of sick up in Still kind of.
See, this is nice to step into
Yeah.
and preach out of right
this
here.
is what you want.
You know, this is what you want. This ain't no time for announcements or offers. Trying to drop the word.
Yeah.
Man, thank you for your presence, Lord.
Thank you.
And that was good. So the gift of righteousness. Man, we were in Romans 5 last week. I just couldn't get out of it all week long, man. I just couldn't get out of Romans 5. And so I took that as a clue and I just started writing. But we've been given the gift of righteousness.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing that we worked for.
Yeah.
It's nothing that we could have achieved through any success of our own.
Yeah.
But it's God-given. So Romans 5, chapter 12, Romans chapter 5, verse 12. We're just going to start reading. We're going to preach as we read here. So when Adam sinned, sin entered the world. Adam's sin brought death. So death spread to everyone because everyone sinned. So let me just take a real quick snapshot of what happened in the Garden of Eden. So God, right, told Adam, don't eat of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Adam told Eve, hey Eve, we cannot eat of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And then the serpent came to Eve and said, hey, are you really going to die?
Yeah.
You know, you're really going to die. Look how good it looks, you know. God just don't want you to be like him, that's all. Right? So the snake deceived Eve. Eve ate, nothing happened. Gospel according to Ryan, Adam was right there watching the whole time. The Bible says she turned to her husband and said, look, I ain't dead. I'm good. So Adam ate, sucker. I believe there was a moment in time because God spoke to Adam, not Eve, right?
Gave him
Right.
instruction.
And Adam then spoke to Eve and said, don't eat. Adam probably could have stepped in, smacked that fruit out of her hand, and said, girl, God said don't eat that fruit.
Yeah.
And we'd all be running around in the garden today.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
But that wasn't God's plan. That wasn't how it went, right? Adam ate too. Then they died.
Come on.
And then God came directly to Adam, didn't he?
Yeah.
He didn't go to the snake and he said, hey, you deceived my kids. He didn't go to Eve and say, hey, Eve, why'd you give that to Adam?
Yeah.
He went to Adam. He said, Adam, what happened, bro? Where you at? Right? That's where he asked.
Yeah.
Adam, where you at?
Where you at?
That's funny how God imposes questions he knows the answer to.
Yeah.
He wants to give you the answer.
Yeah.
Through a question. He's funny like that.
Yeah.
Adam, where you at?
Yeah.
Well, God, it was this woman you gave me. So God looked to the woman. Oh, it was the snake.
Yeah.
God looked at the snake. Snake's looking around. Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
I got no one to blame this on.
Yeah.
And so God handled business, right?
Yeah.
But how can we do, so we blame shift too when we mess up. We like to blame shift. We don't like to look in the mirror, take ownership of what we did wrong and say, you know what? I was wrong. Hey boss, I hit your truck. We got to take ownership of them things that we do, and not blame shift. So anyway, let's go. That's not where we're going right now. Verse 13. Yes, people sinned even before the law was given, but it was not counted as sin because there's not yet any law to break. So that the law, when the law came, that's when the power of sin really, really took effect. Verse 14. Still, everyone died from the time of Adam to the time of Moses. It just took them a while to die. Even those who did not disobey an explicit commandment of God as Adam did. Now, Adam is a symbol, a representation of Christ who is yet to come. Now listen, our decisions affect other people.
Yeah.
Look at that. Did you read that?
Yeah.
Still, everyone died from the time of Adam to the time of Moses, even those who did not disobey an explicit commandment of God as Adam did. Adam made a bad decision, and it affected the human race.
Yeah.
And it was a selfish decision. He wanted to have knowledge of good and evil. And a whole race was damned because of that one decision.
Yep.
My grandma was killed by a drunk driver. I was just a little kid. I didn't really know her all that well. One selfish decision by a human being, and it affected an entire family.
Mhm.
You know, he had to spend time in jail away from his family. You know, and my grandma was taken. My dad lost his mom. Decisions we make affect other people, not just our own, not just ourselves. Verse 15. But there's a great difference between Adam's sin and God's gracious gift. For the sin of this one man, Adam, brought death to many, but even greater. Even greater. We're going to come back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Even greater is God's wonderful grace and his gift of forgiveness to many through this other man,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. God's wonderful grace and his gift of forgiveness. Why is it a gift? Because we don't deserve it.
Yeah.
We can't work enough for it. We can't pray enough for it. We can't fast enough for it. We can't beg. We can't cry for it.
No.
It's a gift, and it's something we have to receive by faith. Because we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
So if we worship and then cry and then beg God for a few minutes and then fast the rest of the day, and all of a sudden forgiveness enters our life, we're going to do that every time we mess up.
Yeah.
Every time we mess up, we're going to worship, we're going to cry, we're going to beg, we're going to fast and until we finally feel like we've received forgiveness. But there's not a gift then, because you're working for it at that time.
Mhm.
God says it's a gift. You just got to receive it by faith. So when we slow down, we settle everything. We say, God, I know I don't deserve it, but you're even greater. Your grace is even greater than the sin in my life.
Yeah.
I receive forgiveness. Boom!
Yeah.
That's when the forgiveness comes. Because that's what the heart that God is after. God's after that heart that just settles down
Yeah. Rest. Yeah.
by faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord, I receive forgiveness, God.
Yes.
Boom!
Amen.
Then it comes, because he honors his word.
That's right.
He honors truth, not our rudiments
right, yeah.
of religion,
Amen. Amen. That's
So we got to stop for a minute. It's a free gift. And because it's a free gift, it can't be taken back. Now, we didn't receive it by works. I rolled this out on Facebook. I got a few comments too. We rolled this out on Facebook. Man, you didn't receive forgiveness by works, and you can't lose forgiveness by works.
Yeah.
That messes with a lot of people's theology.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's Jesus plus nothing and Jesus minus nothing.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
It's
just
either his grace or it's
There's
not.
nothing. Yes.
You know, that's why it's even greater.
Yeah.
It's even greater than our sin. Come on.
Yes.
Mm.
All right, where are we
That's
at?
good.
Here we go. Verse 16. And the result of God's gracious gift is very different from the result of the one man's sin.